they told me about the story and that I would, be playing Sleeping Beauty Witch.
So related to all of this, we have to consider first of all two videos. The first one is actually Elle Fanning, kind of speaking of portraying an iconic Disney princess, and the other one is an interesting analysis actually of this Elle Fanning Aurora duality and why it was so good. The first one is actually Elle Fanning portraying Aurora. Let's look at it.
I think a lot of Disney films also, when the sequel comes, they expect the princess to then be in armor and have a sword and fight and oh, that makes her strong. And of course there are princesses that it's necessary, like Mulan. She's a fighter, that's in her DNA, and Aurora is a fighter, but in a different way. I think there's a strength in her femininity.
And obviously the second one is from my fellow content creator Ellie Jean. She actually made an interesting analysis of why Elle Fanning is actually so perfect to portray an iconic Disney princess such as Aurora in Maleficent.
Face with round cheeks, a small round nose and quite round eyes. These baby-like features are equated with innocence. We naturally associate them with children, so they make us think of girlishness and sweetness. These features are brought out in Sleeping Beauty's costumes through details like daisies, small florals, petite bows, ruffles. Curly hair is extremely ingenue because again those ringlets are associated with youth.
As you can see, it is so true. So why Elle Fanning is the best Disney princess until now? Why not Rachel Ziegler, Lily James, Emma Watson, Naomi Scott, the OG Faye, maybe Mia Wasikowska and Kaylee Bailey? All of these actresses I'm just mentioning portrayed an iconic Disney princess in a different live action, different movies. But until now, the name of Elle Fanning actually is the one that pops up into a truly Disney action fan until now. But why is that? Is it the resemblance, maybe the charming, or the duality portrayal? What is it? Maybe all of them, maybe just luck? In the first place, we have to consider the resemblance. One of the most important things for the Disney true fan is the fact that the actress actually looks like the princess she's portraying. If it's gonna be a live action, the characters should be kind of the same, don't you think? Or if not, you can modify, you can make changes to the story, or you can make a prequel, a sequel to the original animated film, to the original animated series. And actually Elle Fanning with Aurora gives you kind of the same feeling. She was meant to portray actually Aurora in Maleficent. And actually if you look both of them at the same time, gives you the kind of the same thoughts. The message is clear and straight to the point, don't you think? The second one is actually the charming. Elle Fanning owns that unique charming that makes you like her immediately. It is not so common nowadays. Today it is all about numbers, social media, and we have to consider right now the same actors and actresses are being casted for at least 2 projects per year.
Why is Hollywood reusing the same 7 actors for every major film? Did they just give up on looking for new talent? I promise you there are a lot of talented people out there.
Timothée Chalamet, we have Sydney Sweeney, Jenna Ortega, Emma Stone, Zendaya, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, Jack Quaid, Margaret Qualley have been involved in several projects separated and together in the last couple of years. This means the audience is basically watching the same actor in different times, different series, different movies, portraying different roles, but it feels still like the same person portraying actually several characters. You can't fool the audience.
And this applies to both men and women. For the guys, it's like Austin Butler, Jacob Elordi, and Timothée Chalamet on repeat. And for the women, it's like Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, and I'm probably missing somebody else. I want to make it clear, I'm not saying I don't like them as actors. I'm just saying, do they need to be in every single movie? I'm getting tired of it.
And as an interesting fact, when Elle Fanning actually portrayed Aurora in Maleficent back in 2014, Disney live actions were not so popular as it like nowadays, derived from pandemic and Disney streaming platform like mainly.
The beauty of it in Aurora is that she wants to have a husband, she wants to have babies and be soft and live, you know.
TikTok wasn't really a thing, so still a movie that went good or bad didn't have actually so much critics, like Internet Movie Database, Rotten Tomatoes, Variety, Entertainment Weekly, or The Hollywood Reporter, the official ones. But nowadays, if something isn't good enough, anyone can upload a video taking this into consideration, talking about that, and it can get like viral so easily. Kind of unfair, but it is true. And the third one I consider is actually the duality. Elle Fanning is one of the few actresses of her generation to have this duality I'm just talking about. She can portray an evil character or an innocent one, a mean one and a good one. It is so hard when it comes to acting because I have personally interviewed several actresses and they actually state the same thing.
Knowing like what the character wants in that moment, what the character needs, and then I can just continue to explore different options and then communicate with the director to see what they're looking for as well.
And don't get me wrong, I love all Disney princesses, but derived from the result of Snow White in the box office and with the recent statements of actually Rachel Zegler, actually the Mickey Mouse brand is pausing Tangled, unfortunately, for an uncertain period. So this means people is not liking the live actions of Disney right now. Something has to change, like whether it is the script, the live actions itself, or the actors and actresses being casted to portray a Disney princess. My two personal favorite princesses are Elle Fanning and Naomi Scott, but generally Elle Fanning receives more support, and even some persons actually wanted for her, like I previously mentioned, to portray Rapunzel in Tangled, that Jojo Siwa actually casted for, and actually, as a curious fact, Sabrina Carpenter made a custom fitting earlier this 2025. And I believe Naomi Scott had a really difficult year releasing Aladdin in 2019. It was a hard one compared with 2014 of Maleficent with Elle Fanning. It is so unfair because if not, Naomi Scott would have been like involved in a second part of Aladdin and maybe a series. Excellent casting, she's just so iconic, she's so talented. I personally love her so much as well, and with her portrayal on Smile the second part, wow, love, love, love. So if you have any other thoughts, please, any ideas on the subject, leave it in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I'm your host, Robs. Bye bye!